That's rather an issue, isn't it?
Oh, my video isn't up either on the
Yeah, well,
thing.
oh, Nim, say something.
Hello, hello, hello. I heard my voice.
Yeah, it's coming through, but it's delayed.
Oh,
We've just got a delay. It's fine. It's stable. It's
I
just
mean, it's
delayed.
normal to have a slight delay.
Yeah.
is it like unsynced with the video?
No. Like the
No,
Twitch.
no, 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 no. It's synced up. It's just behind us.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I good to go? A great master of the Tablethon.
Yeah, you all look good. Oh, great streamer. If you want to watch text stream to get that fun little avatar up.
Pick crew ladder.
And otherwise, I will leave you all to it. Have a great time.
So yes. Hi everyone. Sorry about that false start. Tablethon is gonna do what Tablethon's gonna do. But yes, hi, welcome to We Only Meet at Funerals. This is a Monster of the Week game run by me, Nims, and we're going to quickly go through our players and the name of the character they are playing. So we're going to go in order of the Discord call, starting with our resident pick crew caller.
Hello everyone. Again, I'm Tex and I'm playing Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Clay, and I am playing Stephen.
Hi, I'm Toby. I'm playing Montgomery.
And I'm Xander, and I'm playing Julian.
So our story begins with a news broadcast. It's raining over an austere Gothic church, and a young woman, my phone buzzing, a young woman stands facing a camera. This is one of her first gigs, but she's excited despite it. And she said, yes, that's right. We are here live at the place of Sarah Prince's funeral. As many people know, Sarah Prince was a beloved member of the SCHF, a world-renowned paranormal investigation group who were fundamental in ushering in this new era of recognizing paranormal threats and paranormal existences in our lives. Many people still believe to call them hoaxes and frauds, but we understand that they saved our lives many, many times over. It has been 20 years since the group has been seen in public, so it really is a wonder if people will turn up to this funeral. Obviously, many adoring fans. Will the rest of the group turn up? That is the question. Oh, there is a car approaching now. Tiffany, could you please describe your car and your character's appearance?
Okay, so as per Tiffany's life mantra, everything has to be pink and bedazzled. So what rocks up basically is this giant pink bedazzled stretch limousine, completely like Swarovski crystals head to toe. And as it pulls up and stops, the door slowly opens in a most dramatic way, and a bunch of pink smoke kind of like phases out of the car. And out of the smoke, one like pink stilettoed heel taps out, and then suddenly Tiffany arrives in all her dramatic glory. Um, so Tiffany is quite tall for her age. Um, and I say this because am I allowed to say? Or is
Yep.
it okay? Tiffany is an eternal 19-year-old Y2K bimbo pink rich vampire girl, and her aesthetic has never changed. Um, so out she steps with glowing white skin, pointed ears, pointed fangs, like everything's perfect. Her hair in her signature ponytail, and her outfit is lavish. It's clearly designer, but it is pretty much funeral attire from Claire's accessories, as in, there's maybe like a little maybe a little Hello Kitty clip somewhere on the on the outfit, and it's not black. It's a very, very, very dark pink, which, if to the trained eye, you'd be able to tell. So she walks in, all dramatic, her face stoic, in all her vampiric glory.
Is Michelle with you?
Michelle is not with me. Michelle is already there.
That makes sense. Just wow, that was, I believe, Tiffany, the vampire of the group. Still hasn't aged a day in the 20 years since she was last publicly seen. Oh, who's arriving next? Clay, could you please describe the car that your character arrives in?
Yeah, a single word to describe this car, nondescript. Nobody's sure what make it is. Nobody's sure what color it is, but they do know that it's probably a car. So the door clicks open pretty regularly, and out steps Stephen in all of his glory. If you could describe what looks like a very tired, almost 40-something, dressed in mostly black, save for his striking light blue tie. The only designer thing about his wardrobe are his Gucci level eye bags. He's got light skin, short black hair that has at least been a little bit styled, but looks pretty messy. And he just looks kind of sad to be there. But it's a funeral. He doesn't really say anything, he doesn't really look at anybody, and just kind of keeps his back straight as he semi-nonchalantly walks into the church.
There are a lot of photographers who I assume did Tiffany pose for.
Oh, yeah, of course. Every single one.
Yeah, so there is a moment, Tiffany, where you lock eyes with Stephen.
And Tiffany just gives Stephen the biggest death glare that she can ever muster. Like, so much so they're like, if she put any more effort behind it, it might actually hurt him.
That's going to be in the papers tomorrow.
Good.
Next, what I assume is a very, very expensive car rolls up as
Oh, yeah,
Montgomery steps out.
Impractically luxurious car. Not suited for the occasion at all. And Montgomery steps out, impeccably styled suit, groomed hair, beard. Doesn't look that sad, but he's doing like performative sadness.
Hmm. You step out as into this stare off between Stephen and Tiffany as the cameras click and the reporter watches with bated breath as to what will happen. Cameras all on you.
We will not acknowledge them in the slightest. Just keep walking towards presumably the doors.
Yeah. And finally, the last vehicle to arrive. As Tiffany, I assume you finally enter the church.
Yeah, and promptly takes her place on the first row.
Over the last car.
A beat up. I'm trying to think of it. Oh, what are they? That car that every teenage boy has as his first car and tries to modify the hell out of. But it
Pinto?
never works. Yes. It's painted black. Clearly, like, was not the original paint color, as there's bits where it's like chipped off, exposing the fact that it was like bright blue underneath. But and out steps a older, very tired, elder goth, um, who pretty much, I'm annoyed I can't show my own earrings off, wearing lots of silver jewelry, but otherwise black clothes, black jeans, black shirt, and a long leather jacket. And yeah, just as he just uses the jacket to just hide himself from the paparazzi. I'm not here for this. Long black hair that's sort of tied back into a low ponytail.
Makes sense. As the last of you enter the church and the doors close, and the paparazzi begin to disperse, the news reporter says, "Well, high tension there. We'll be checking in once the funeral is over. Back to you at the studio." But we are not going to the studio. We are instead going to the inside of the church, where quiet talking is occurring. There are many, many people here. But we shall start, Tiffany, as you sit down next to a young woman with auburn hair that's held back in a tight plait, and she's wearing dark clothes. She looks slightly older than you, but she is not. As Michelle looks at you and goes, "Oh, everyone's here then?"
Yes, unfortunately. I think we're all set. How are you feeling?
Like I'm gonna be sick?
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Never had to do a eulogy before.
No, it gets easier the more you do. Um, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'll be right here, and obviously I'm doing my eulogy right after you. So
Yeah. She squeezes your hand and says, I'm really glad you're here."
I'm glad I could be here. Tiffany kind of leans in and like gives her a side hug
She
as
rests
she yeah.
her head on your shoulder. Where do the rest of you sit?
Standing at the back.
Oh,
Avoiding
Away from the
everyone.
front.
so like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle, but away from everybody else. Just even senses when there's people who are angry at him.
Yes. There's just an
Yeah.
aura coming from Montgomery.
Tiffany's rage aura is
Yeah,
hot pink and it's
Tiffany's rage aura. You're just like,
keeping everyone
"Ooh."
away.
Yeah, there are so many people here, and you recognize a lot of them vaguely, all of you. Like, these are people that you saved over the years when you were the forefront of paranormal investigation and combat, when you were the people who were saving lives, saving the world every other Thursday. But that was 20 years ago. There's new up and comers now, and not the faces that you see. You saved them, but it's been a while. They look older, some happier, some sadder. The world is moving on. Some of you have moved on with it. Others of you can't. The funeral begins when a pastor, dressed all in regalia, steps up, begins to speak and says, "Welcome, beloved congregation. What is there to say? Sarah Prince wasn't Christian, but she and her group saved this church. Saved me, saved my family, so I felt honor bound to perform this ceremony for her loved ones for free." Sarah Prince was a phenomenal being. There will be books written about her, some already have been. And I will keep my part short, as I am but a solitary figure in her life, a passing face at the window. She touched the lives of many. In some ways, touched the lives of every person still walking around today. Without her and her companions, would we even still be here? Sarah, thank you for your many sacrifices. Thank you for what you did for us and what you gave. It is a great shame that so few truly knew you. I will say the rest of the official such things, but I believe there are a number of eulogies that are going to be taking place. Who wishes to go first? He steps down. So, who wants to go first? There's a
Mm,
long pause, and
No
then
one.
finally Michelle rises, shaking, looking back at Tiffany.
Tiffany gives her like a thumbs up.
She straightens her clothes, clears her throat, and goes, Sarah wasn't my biological mother. They died when I was very small, but she saved me and she took me in. She is the only mother that I have really known. And I can't do this. And she just breaks and runs back to you, Tiffany.
Okay, Tiffany like quickly pulls her into a hug and like starts like stroking her hair, trying to calm her down, comfort her.
There's a few awkward coughs around the room. People don't really know what to do.
I think she would go up next, but she doesn't want to like completely leave Michelle.
Michelle like pushes, just like I'm okay. It's okay.
Okay. She like gives her another pat and then nods and walks up to the lectern. Starts addressing everyone. As her eyes sweep over the crowd, she kind of like picks out the old members of the super cool hunter friends
Nope.
and
Steven slides back in his chair.
Yeah.
Avoiding eye contact.
kind of assesses each and every one, and then kind of clears her throat and begins. Well, I guess to start off, I would like to thank everyone for turning up today. Honestly, I don't know where I even start to begin to talk about Sarah. Sarah was, well, she was everything to me. And not only that, but she was incredibly important to everyone. The whole world, in fact. And I cannot express how much of a shame her passing is. How just devastating it is that she's gone. I first met Sarah when we were in school. A little known fact about me is that I was kicked out of every private school in the country and ended up having to go to a public school, which was, first of all, a terrible shame, but I found my life there. I found a place, and even though we might not have been friends immediately, Sarah was, well, she was kind to me, and she was kind to everyone. That was kind of, her best quality, her kindness. She had this compassion that I still can't understand to this day. But she would just look at you and give you such a warm smile that even if you didn't know her, you just kind of felt like she understood you and she was there for you. And then, of course, after my accident, we became best friends. It was, the story from there, everyone does. But over that time, we grew closer. We shared our lives together. She has to pause for a moment because out of character for her, she is starting to cry. And then she takes out a little pink frilly tissue with lace on it, a little Diamante Hello Kitty, and just dabs at her eyes before continuing. Sarah always knew what to do and what to say at the right time. I'm afraid that I was always the hot-headed one. As some can attest today, I'm sure. To be quite honest, I don't really know what else to say. Most of it is known to the general public that we were together for a while. And had circumstances be different, we would have been together still. I still consider Sarah my life partner, and I don't know how I'm going to go on without her. But we will, and we have to. And I'm sure that we'll all keep Sarah in our hearts, just as she would have kept ours, us in hers. I'm sorry. I'm usually a bit more composed than this. She takes out the little pink tissue again and dabs at her eyes again, before taking it to her nose and blowing the biggest just clearing her entire sinuses, and then delicately wipes away and then goes, "Thank you. I will let other people speak now. I must go back." And she delicately walks down, kind of floating in her vampiric way, and comes back to Michelle.
Michelle immediately takes her hand and
I love
holds
that
on.
she's just like, I'm usually more composed than I bet that whole fucking speech was written.
Including the little breaks to cry.
Yeah. All
Speaking of
scripted.
written speeches, who stands up next? And I will bully people if they don't stand up.
Julian doesn't stand up because he's already standing, but he just strides on down the aisle and just okay, fuck it. Pulls out this it looks initially like a scrap of paper, and then if anyone looks closely, they realize it's written on the back of a Costco receipt. um, just, hello, everyone. Well, I'm Julian. I first met Sarah when we were about 17. Her family took me in after I found myself without a place to stay. Sarah was the best person I think I ever met. She was kind, selfless, fearless, not afraid to call me out on my bullshit. Her and her parents, are her parents here? Or are they already?
Her parents are here, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of awkwardly makes eye contact with them. They were my family for a while. Kept me fed, clothed, helped me realize what good people, what a good family is supposed to be like. Sarah herself helped me through a lot of really hard times, and I promised myself I would spend the rest of my life paying her back for that, and I didn't think I'd only have the rest of hers. And just crumples up the receipt and just vanishes off back down the aisle.
Okay, next.
Michelle. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you can.
I was gonna say Michelle leans towards you, Tiffany, and goes, "That was Jules."
Yeah, that was Jules.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Montgomery will walk up to the front quite slowly. It's not taking his time. And he pulls out a handwritten on parchment paper piece of inked text. Good day. As you are no doubt aware, I am Montgomery. Well, perhaps an unconventional choice for a eulogy, I will be reading aloud a letter that I wrote to Sarah several years ago. I never worked up the courage to send it, but it is my hope that it provides the both of us some closure. Sarah, though to my regret we have not spoken for many years, I hope it is not too forward of me to request that you read this letter with an open mind. Should you no longer wish to communicate with me afterwards, I will, of course, respect that. I no longer know your phone number, although it is my belief that you will find this rather antiquated method of communication charming rather than annoying. You certainly deserve a better apology than I can give you in this letter, but I hope you can find it within yourself to allow me the chance to try and apologize properly, albeit later than you would have ideally liked. I have several regrets regarding the way we left our friendship, despite years of you being my dearest friend. I deeply apologize that my book hurt you and may have unintentionally led to the collapse of our group. I have tried not to dwell too frequently on the past, and yet I often find my thoughts stray to our final conversation. We both said a lot of negative things about each other, and for my part in it, I am truly sorry. You had every right to be upset by the events that transpired, and admittedly, I did not handle the situation well. You were my first friend, and I would like to think that we can get past this and be close once again. Despite my skepticism to the supernatural at first, you brought me into a group of people who made my life better, who made me better. I certainly would not be the man that I am today without your influence and the misadventures of our group. This is all a rather verbose way of saying I miss you. I trust the time apart has been kind to you, as it has to me. As you may now have come to realize, my reasons for reaching out to you after so long were not entirely altruistic. My life has progressed such that I am happy, and in this letter, I would like to invite you to attend my wedding. My partner proposed to me last summer and helped me work up the nerve to write this message. Your presence would mean a great deal, but if it is not to be, I wish you well in your future. Regardless, please pass my best on to Michelle. I'm sure she has grown into a woman to make us all proud. I have not contacted any of the others. I shouldn't imagine they would be too thrilled to hear from me, given their less than supportive reactions to my writing. I would appreciate you not mentioning this to them should you still be in contact. Your friend, Montgomery. He'll fold it up in the pocket and head back to his suit.
There's a few whispers of just like,
Mm,
oh, I really do. I prefer the sequel. Do you think we should get him to sign it? That's big and appropriate at a funeral, don't you think?
Just at those whispers, Tiffany's head whips around and she
Dead silent. Dead silent.
And from that silence, Stephen will kind of quietly get up.
Slink
Not-
out of the shadows.
Yeah. And make his way up to the front. Once again, not really making eye contact with anybody. While he pats his pockets. They make a weird rattling sound before he pulls out like what looks like a single note card to start off with before he lets it go, and it's just like a bunch of them taped together.
oh God.
I'm going to cut to the chase since we all know why we're here today and to get to the part that matters to any of us. Talking about the person Sarah is, well, was. We met in school at the end of what would describe as a series of bad business decisions not made by me, and I decided to join her monster hunting club. Sure, I didn't believe in any of that stuff at the time, but it was either that or an unscheduled meeting with some unhappy clients. Not think I'd change anything about it, though. The little club of ours meant a whole lot to me at the time. Not that those feelings of mine meant a whole lot to some people. Getting back to Sarah, though. She was a character, the kind of person who sought out the weirdest things in the world, in others, in herself. We wouldn't have been friends if I hadn't run into that room that day, but I'd like to think that fate gave me a chance to make the best of things, maybe grow as a person. Sarah helped me to do that growing, even if she had to look past all of my faults to do it. That's the kind of person she was, somewhat gullible, but optimistic, always willing to lend a helping hand to an idiot like me. Sarah was a smart one too. We kept in touch after everything went down, which was mostly me asking her to identify my latest acquisition of stock. So I think I was using it though. I'd send her and Michelle stuff occasionally. Hope she enjoyed that book of cannibals. Turns out the book was actually the cannibal, supposedly the reason the Library of Alexandria doesn't exist anymore. Can't imagine what she did with it. There, that's enough work talk. Sarah was more than a co-worker to me. She was a friend. I'd like to think we were close enough to warrant me extending my deepest condolences to her daughter. Michelle, and he looks her in the eye. If you ever need anything at all, then reach out to me or any of your mom's friends. We may not be close to each other anymore, but I can't see any of us hesitating to give you a hand during this difficult time. Your Uncle Stephen's got your back after all. Thank you for your time. And he bows his head and slinks back into whatever recess he's managed to hold himself up in.
Stephen, you glance over and see what is definitely an undercover cop. Eyeing you, eyeballing you.
Oh, God.
And also, I'd like to say that Tiffany's like arms just kind of tighten more around Michelle when he addressed her. Just like glared a little bit more.
There are a few more eulogies, but it passes in a blur. People talking about how Sarah saved them, their loved ones. People talking about how important she was, how special she was, but you already know that. And then finally, it's over. And there's just a coffin. It's closed, with flowers on the lid. And everyone begins to walk up, one by one, to place their flowers on top of the coffin's lid, and say their last goodbyes before the burial. It will be postponed due to the heavy torrential rain, but that's not for you to worry about. You've still got a will reading tonight. Why it had to be on the same day, you don't know, but isn't it a good thing that Montgomery lives so close by and was kind enough to offer his abode? What do you each say as you lay a flower on top of the coffin?
Don't say anything.
Nothing?
Just
Yeah, I said
Oh, sorry.
nothing.
No, go ahead.
Mm.
Tiffany kind of lays down her flower and then just kind of whispers, "I wish we had more time together." And then walks off with Michelle.
Montgomery?
Doesn't say anything, just lays the flower down.
Pulls out a couple of silver coins to go along with his flower. And says, "Hopefully this will help you wherever you end up."
The undercover cop unsubtly goes. You know what he said. We cut back to the interview out in the pouring rain. She is sodden through at this point, but she's still there. Oh, yes. Quickly, I'll be back. Yeah, will I? Yes, people are just beginning to exit the church. I'm gonna see if we can grab a few comments. Come on. Who's first out the church out of the group of you?
Oh, Julian. He wants to get the hell out of there.
Hi, Channel 4 News. Can I please get a comment from
comment.
you about? Please, sir, just
No.
one comment. Who's next?
Stephen is pretty much right behind him, not exactly running, but at least making what might be described as a businessman's run.
Hi, sir. Sorry, Channel 4 News. Can you please get any kind of comment on Sarah, your relationship? Why did the group break down?
Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs.
Should have said stay in drugs, don't do school.
No, he's an uncle.
Who's next?
Montgomery.
Yes. Mr. Montgomery, sir, do you have any kind of comment? Channel 4 News, anything at all? Why did the group break down? How do you feel about this? It's a very tragic day about losing your dear friend. How long has it been since you've seen the rest of the people?
I haven't spoken to them in a very long time. You are aware that we've had countless fallings out. If you want to know any more, you can read my book.
Is it true there is a sequel coming out, sir?
Yes, I'm hoping the sequel will release in, what month is it?
January.
In March.
We'll keep our eyes peeled then. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And finally, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Just, hi, Channel 4 News. Could you please give us any comment on the proceedings today?
Tiffany kind of stops, looks at the interviewer in like such disgust, and then looks at the microphone and goes, "Take that microphone away from my face if you know what's good for you."
Yes, ma'am.
And then walks off.
Julian's somehow the most polite, but just being like, no comment.
We reconvene as the group of you arrive. Actually, no. Each of you journey alone, though Tiffany, you travel with Michelle. What is on your minds as you head towards Montgomery's home? Most of you for the first time, I believe. There's a will reading. Sarah's dead. You're going to have to sit in a room with the people you once called your closest friends for however long it takes to get through that bloody document. What did you think of that?
Stephen is probably thinking about why the hell Tiffany seems to want to murder him all of a sudden. I mean, he already knows he has beef with Montgomery. You know, the bloody sellout. But like, why does Tab suddenly want to murder him?
Why indeed, Stephen? Why indeed?
Oh, he'll find out.
He will.
Julian's probably debating the trajectory that he would have to hit to crash directly through Montgomery's living room and just ruin his fucking house.
How about Tiffany?
Tiffany is just a mix of emotions. Like, she's so angry and she's devastated. Like, she's heartbroken. A little bit not, in dread. She's not looking forward to sitting in the room with all these people again. She wants to be protective of Michelle as well. So she's got a load going on there. And she's also thinking about how much she can like fuck up Montgomery's house as well.
Montgomery, you're just going home, but you're gonna have an interesting collection in house guests.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Nervous.
I was gonna say,
do you-
as well as
Just
a
see the
car
what-
parked to the other side of your street.
I've just seen the
He's
what did
previously tidied away
Montgomery
anything
do?
valuable.
You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out what he did.
Uh, um, are you regretting your decision of hosting the wall reading?
Oh, very much so. But
Really
he thought he
find
had
out now.
to.
Could
Like,
you please
it would be.
describe? Sorry, go ahead.
He thought he had to. It would be the good, like, done thing to do.
Yeah, as your house comes out through the rain, please describe what it looks like.
It's a fairly nondescript house, but it's clearly got signs of upgrades over the years. Some of the windows are clearly not original fixings. It's got rooms tacked on slightly out of place. Probably didn't have planning permission for any of this, but it's
Planning
clearly
forgiveness.
been lived in.
Yeah. I assume it's quite isolated then, quite a bit away from everyone.
Yeah, no neighbours to notice the breach.
Yeah.
The screaming.
Okay. The cars park in a circle. 5 cars. 1 for each of you and the solicitor.
Yay.
You gather in the living room, which I assume is the same rich but nondescript
Yeah,
and personal.
yes. Books up
This-
the wall.
I'm totally not doing this because I am also getting very, very hot in this jacket. But Julian takes off his leather jacket that is wet from the rain and throws it directly onto the most expensive looking sofa.
Everything here was picked out of a magazine.
And now I'm
We have a
finally not
coat
going
rack,
to
you know.
sweat.
Do you say that to him?
There's
Sorry,
a
what?
coat rack. There's a coat rack in the
I'm
hallway.
sure
You know
there
where
is.
you've been here before.
I haven't.
Have any of us been here before?
I'd have thought so.
We haven't.
Depends.
Hmm.
Did you buy this since publishing the book?
Oh yeah, it's probably more with book money.
No one's been here before.
You've never seen it.
The solicitor is a tired, extremely tired looking woman with graying hair, dressed in just a skirt suit that's in appropriately drab colours. Holding a briefcase. She goes, all right, I'll need a few minutes to set up. Is there somewhere, a study perhaps, that I could get my things sorted? My assistant here will need to set up some of the papers. Take about 10 minutes.
Yes, the study is through there, off the east wing.
My assistant will come and get you when ready. She heads off. Her assistant, this huge, hulking, broad-shouldered guy, just meekly following this tiny woman. And you are left alone. Michelle just stands, just glassy-eyed. She's out of it. She's checked out mentally.
Tiffany just kind of takes her over to the least tackiest couch and puts her on it, just like making sure she's okay. All the while, kind of like looking around the room in utter disgust. Like, this is the tackiest thing she has ever seen.
So, Montgomery. Exactly, how many wings does fucking over your friends get you?
You could have. Well, I've done well for myself. Can't you be happy for that?
Not when everyone in a bloody 10-mile radius looks at me like a deranged drug addict.
That was certainly not my intention.
Oh, it wasn't your intention. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sensing some hostility here.
Good.
Oh, you're very astute, Montgomery.
guys, we aren't looking at the big picture here. You have to think, those books of his inspired every, 2-year-old who thought that they could hunt down a ghost, take up the fight and go, pick up their little shorts and march their way to their doom.
Oh yes, good point, Stephen. Monty, how many lives do you think you've literally ended?
Don't call me Monty. I was trying to make it safer. More people know about the supernatural, they can take precautions.
And the more people want to buy dangerous things that they know nothing about, because turns out that the local corner shop now sells wards.
They're
I'd
shitty
have
as
thought
well. I
you'd
could
be
still
all
walk in
for
there.
that. But I thought the bigger market for your wares would have been a good thing.
Bigger market? You want to talk about a bigger market? Every crony and hack thinks that they can cut into my bottom line just because they've found something that moves 5 inches to the left when you sneeze at it.
Sounds like you need to get better clients.
I don't need to get better clients. I just need to make sure that what these people are actually supplying and what these people are willing to pay me big money for is, 1, actually what it says it is, and 2, safe. Yeah, I've made mistakes, but at least I've learned from it.
Montgomery, I would be happy for you if, it didn't come at the expense of all of us. And such a distasteful way you've done it as well. And she kind of looks around the room, kind of implying that, like, this tacky magazine decor is also part of it.
Tiffany out here being like, I could forgive the betrayal, but interior design? Look,
I
we just
happen to like the style. I think this house is lovely. We've
we just need to get through the bloody will reading, and we can go back to pretending each other don't exist.
quite.
Not quite.
Oh,
Yes, Stephen, I think you mentioned books earlier, didn't you?
yeah.
You would happen to know a lot about books, wouldn't you?
I'd like to think so.
Like the book you sold to my parents?
I sold the book to your parents?
You sold a book to my parents, a cursed book, in fact, that held, what was it, a light demon or a light essence or something to do with light that would have harmed them, by the way. They are vampires. Do you know how long it took me and Sarah to get rid of that thing?
Ah.
No, you don't, because it took a fucking fortnight, that's why. And my parents nearly died. I nearly died. I would have you know.
I knew that traveling salesman hadn't put the right words on that thing.
I'm so glad you take the time and care to have quality products for your clientele.
Hey, that was years ago, and frankly, I didn't know that they were your parents.
You didn't? You didn't see the big portraits of me in the mansion?
Hey, I get in, get out. Frankly, I prefer to meet my clients at the door.
The door
I
is
don't-
bedazzled.
Yeah, and so like the million other fancy rich people doors that I go to. I'm sure your parents' door is very nice, but is it lined with the tears of orphans?
Who gives a shit about that? It was bedazzled. I personally bedazzled it with a big T for Tiffany. It was pink. You should have known.
I hate to defend Stephen here, but that's not exactly a big sign.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Because the fact of the matter is, he nearly killed my parents. He nearly killed me. Very, very nearly killed Sarah. You know, before she.
I'll give you an apology if that's what you want, but yeah, I'll admit I've made mistakes. I've made bad deals, and if this was one of them, then I'm sorry.
I want recompense, Stephen. I don't know how that form will take just yet, but I will get it. And you will pay.
Oh, trust me, get in line. You wouldn't be the first person that I've made a bad dealing with.
I will be the first in line, because I am rich and I can pay to get in front of it.
Oh, trust me, there are things way richer than you, and way scarier that are in front of you there.
That being said, you are
HMRC for
not
one.
to contact Miss Michelle after this.
Who says?
I
You?
do. Yes. I am practically her mother, and you will not be contacting her.
Yeah, and she's almost an adult. Actually, how old is Michelle in this case?
She's 21.
Michelle's an adult, right? And you may not like it, but I've been in her life for, nearly as long as you. Sure, I haven't been around much because, I've been doing stuff.
Like killing
working.
my parents.
Oh, I've already apologized for that.
Yes, a pitiful apology.
What do you want me to do? Speed up the deal I made with the devil for my soul and throw myself onto a pike?
That would be a good start, I think.
Well, what about
Regardless,
at that point?
Michelle knows of everything that happened, and she probably won't be contacting you anyway.
Julia's just gonna look over at Michelle, who's stood in the corner.
Yeah, Michelle's gone.
You've just head and hands, just like Montgomery. Where's your partner?
They strategically decided to leave for the afternoon to stay with their sister.
Oh,
Makes
clever.
They saw this coming.
I'm thinking Montgomery told them, it's like, don't be in the building.
Yep,
Go.
run.
There is a polite cough from the door, and you see the assistant of the solicitor saying, "We're ready for you now. If you could please follow me this way. I mean, it's your house, Mr. Montgomery, so I guess you already know the way. But anyway, you're led into a study where some famous, wonderful books are written.
Tiffany hisses at like everything. Just a.
I guess there's lots of like like awards and like
Yep.
pictures from magazine covers all framed on the wall.
Oh yeah, his degree certificate is one of those people.
Ugh.
Or like a wall of classic literature because he likes to look like he reads a lot.
Stephen wonders how much those awards would sell on eBay.
Probably a good amount.
Mm.
They're signed, presumably.
Oh, look, a GLAAD award that you got for writing about two gay people without their consent.
Which two?
Numero uno
Sorry,
and numero
3.
dos, right here.
There are 5 chairs set out. Michelle sits closest to the door, just sort of hunched over. Who sits next to each other?
Well, Tiffany's sitting next to Michelle.
Okay, so it goes
I was
door,
very Twitch
Tiffany. Sorry, door, Michelle, Tiffany. Who sits next to Tiffany?
Stephen is sitting the furthest away from Tiffany.
That means
Julian will sit
Montgomery
next
and
to
Jules.
Julian will
Okay.
sit next to Tiffany. Sorry, Zach just killed me in the chat.
What did he say?
James Summerton at my GLAAD comment.
Oh, I believe got James Summerton in our game. That's gonna date this.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway, so yes, you are all seated. And the solicitor also goes, all right, everyone. I'll try and make this as quickly as possible. Right, yes. Okay. Will signed. We don't need to go through that. Right. My house and most of my possessions are signed over to my legal daughter, Michelle Prince. And before she can finish her next sentence, the lights will go out.
Oh fuck.
I swear I pay my
Is it?
electricity bill.
Can everyone else see as well? Is it dark for everyone else? Please. Is it? Please. Tiffany feels like a hand clamp onto. Just clamp onto
like
her
it's like a
leg.
disgusted like
Please. Is it dark for everyone? Please.
Yes, sir. Sorry, it appears the lights have. They appear to have gone out. Mr.
Yeah.
Montgomery, is this typical?
It's not usual, but you know what the power grid's like in these parts. I'll go and check the breakers, make sure it's if it's the power company, there's little I can do, but they could have just flipped.
I have a
They'll
question.
leave.
Just before you do, Stephen, during the darkness, do you try and steal one of the awards?
Ooh.
Do it. Do it.
No, I
Got
think
to.
Stephen is going to save his energy for having whatever beef out with Tiffany, because like how she's gonna keep Michelle from talking to him.
Makes sense. Montgomery, as you stand, the lights flicker back on.
Must just be the power company.
Sorry, Tiffany.
Sorry.
Tiffany, you glance to make sure Michelle's okay, and she's gone.
Tiffany's like immediately in a panic, like starts looking around, like her hair starts whipping kind of like supernaturally,
Yeah.
like floating above her, like she is
Julian
not
almost
happy,
gets
like
taken out by the
yeah.
ponytail.
She's like standing up. It's like,
Uh.
did anyone see where Tiffany went? No, sorry, not Tiffany. That's me, Michelle. Sorry, I can't see myself in my reflection. I don't know.
What do you mean? Has anybody seen her? Wasn't she right
What?
next to you?
She was, but now she's not. Clearly.
She can't have gone far.
In your bloody massive house. Julian walks out into the hallway and just gonna start shouting like, Michelle.
Michelle?
What?
Yeah, Tiffany's out. She's running. She's like, Tiffany.
Are you looking for a little lost dove, my dear boy? You know this voice in your head.
No, you shut up. Not talking to you.
How long?
We're not doing this. We're not.
I'll be here if you need me, dear.
I won't.
Montgomery, Tiffany, when you step out, you see Julian talking to himself.
Julian, is this one of your things?
Shut up. I'm not in the mood for you either. Michelle just carries on walking in whatever direction is just away from Montgomery. Which is impossible because I imagine the man lines his house with pictures of himself.
Oh yeah, they're painted as well.
Ah!
We
I
follow.
don't think.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think Stephen would leave the room. Maybe look around the chair a little bit more, because it's not that he doesn't trust Tiffany, but right now he doesn't trust Tiffany.
We follow Julian as these line of portraits, and the hallway stretches on and on and on. Jesus fucking Christ, Montgomery, this house!
How big is your goddamn house, Monty?
Don't call me Montgomery. No, Monty.
Okay, we'll call you Monty then.
No, please don't. No, my name. I have a name. Use it.
I am Monty. How bloody big is this house? Like,
Yeah,
That's a
it's
very good
big
deal.
for me, and I live in like an Uber mansion.
I believe they're called muck mansions, Tiffany.
I don't associate myself with McDonald's.
Montgomery, something's wrong. You know your house. You've walked it. And the portraits. There's something wrong with the portraits, something wrong with the eyes. You look and you see each passing image of yourself. It's the same image. That image, the first author picture that was taken of you in the very first edition of the very first book, and it's just you over and over and over and over again. And there's something behind the eyes, something beginning to burrow outwards. And did you watch? As you walk past each one, you see more and more eyes opening on the forehead, on the cheeks. And then the face begins to lift out of the portrait. And then in front of you are 3 doors. And these doors should not be here, because they are standing without walls to support them. And on each of them are your names. Stephen, you are alone. You don't know how you ended up alone, because the solicitor and her assistant were just here. Literally, you were looking at them, and then you looked away, and now they are gone. And there is no longer a desk. There is no longer a room. There is just a door. In front of you is the door. You know this door. You don't know how you know this door, but you've seen it before. What do you do?
Mhm. There's an amount of resignation, because anything from Stephen's past at this point, even the bits that he thought were going to be positive, like the team, you know, his old friends. One of them apparently wants him dead. The one that, you know, he wasn't expecting.
Which one was he? So sorry, which one was he expecting to want him dead?
I don't know, Montgomery at this point.
Okay.
Did you go
Mr.
through?
Let's write a book about the supernatural. But no, he would approach the door. Because, you know, sod this.
You push it open?
Yeah.
You stumble through. Shit, they almost caught you. What were you just doing? You look down and you're 17 and you're in your school uniform. The ratty school uniform that honestly you don't really need to wear anymore, because you're technically sixth formers, but like you don't really have a lot in the way of good clothes. And you've stumbled through. You're in a classroom. And you see them. Those two. Sarah and Montgomery. They're talking. And you remember it's the first time you saw them. Really saw them. Because you see them around school. A whole bunch. And they look at you. And then you're falling. First of you. Do you go through your doors?
I think Tiffany waits till someone else walks through their door.
Julian is just doing this. It's just no, no, no. I don't. I'm not.
May I be the first to
Oh,
say,
stop.
what the fuck?
I assure you this isn't normally in my house.
Really, Monty?
As dodgy as you are, Monty, I didn't believe for a moment that you would have 3 looming, weird, spooky doors just hovering there in your house.
Given the types of things you seem to think about me, I figured I should make sure you don't think I would do that. Reassure you.
You have tacky decor, but not this.
No.
Julian just spins around and starts to walk the other way, like away from the doors.
You do?
Yep.
Tiffany Montgomery, you turn your heads and he's gone.
Well, shit.
It's just 2 of you alone in the hallway. And his door is
I
gone as well.
think we might have to go through our doors. The only way out is through. After
Well,
you?
brains before beauty, I suppose.
Yes, you should go first.
Oh, thank you for the compliment. I am smarter than you, I guess.
That was a trap. No matter which way you went.
Tiffany walks towards her door, and before she looks at, like, goes through it, she kind of, like, tries to peek around and see what's on the other side of the floating kind of, like, thing.
It's a small hallway. You know those images where they show you how a vanishing point works? Where the line continues until it vanishes at the end. What if it somehow just carried on going?
She pulls her head back around and she turns to Montgomery and she goes, "Yeah, there's no way I'm going down there."
No, I would suggest through the door or follow Julian into the abyss.
Quick question: is her door bedazzled
Yes, of course it is.
and pink?
Of course, with a fluffy handle, my love.
She kind of looks it up and down, gives a sniff, then goes, "Well, I suppose it is pretty," and then walks through her door.
Montgomery.
We'll also go through his door.
Julian. You're at your very first school dance. It was the last year of school for everyone else, but technically your first. Growing up in a circus meant that you didn't really get to understand the way things worked. And you see your 4 new friends, this family, I suppose. And you see Monty. And you see the way the light plays off his face. You're both 18. You're young. And you may have already had a shot of vodka. Why don't you do it? Just step forward, just talk to him.
Because I'm dangerous.
Yes, you are.
Step back. That's exactly what he did in that moment as well. Step back and away.
Tiffany, you're in your bedroom. Not your bedroom now. The one from when you were a girl. Well, Not that that's changed much for you, really. You look exactly as you did then. The way you dressed, the way you talked. Nothing's changed, has it? But you're painting Sarah's nails. And she's never had that before. She's been a chosen one. She's known her whole life that this is what she's meant to do. She's trained to fight. She's trained to do things. She can speak so many languages. She's been all over the world, but she's never done this. You paint her nails bright pink?
Well, I wanted to paint it bright pink, but she preferred blue.
Her nails are short, trimmed, about flat. Nothing to get in the way. And you look at her as she stares down at her new nails, and there's this small smile on her face. And though your heart is newly undead, you feel it skip a beat. Do you kiss her?
I want to.
Why don't you?
I'm scared. I've never liked a girl before.
And she looks up at you. Her big eyes sparkling under your fairy lights. Your pink fairy lights beneath the fluffy canopy of your bed. She says, I'm scared, Tiff. I don't know how to tell the others, but I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, we're finishing school soon. Do we carry on with this? I mean, do you want to carry on with this?
Tiffany nods, and she kind of leans in a little bit closer. Sarah, I don't have many options open to me, but if I could, I would stay with you forever.
I mean,
No, I mean it. This is awfully embarrassing and cringy, but I kind of like you.
how do you think it looks for me? I mean, I'm the captain of the swim team, and I'm suddenly hanging out with someone who, in every stereotypical American movie, would be the head cheerleader.
If we had a cheerleading squad, I would run it.
You would. She doesn't kiss you, though. That's later. Montgomery. You know you shouldn't do this. You know you shouldn't be doing this. But it hurts. It hurts what happened. It hurts what he did. And the only way you are getting it out is to pour it into words. You're sitting in a far less nice study than this, with a far cheaper laptop, hammering at the keys. What's in the cup next to you?
Coffee with a shot of alcohol in it.
How much is left?
It's drained.
Is this your first one?
Oh no. He's had enough to feel it. The combination of the coffee giving him the energy and the alcohol blurring his inhibitions.
Your phone's ringing. Who is it?
Probably Sarah.
Do you pick up?
No.
Goes to voicemail. Monty, please, can we just talk about this? It's bad enough that Jules is gone. We have to stay together. Monty, please just pick up the phone. I know you're hurting. We're all hurting. It's not your fault. Come on, please.
And make another coffee. Just pour more alcohol into it.
Is it more alcohol than coffee at this point?
Oh yeah, he poured a good chunk of the bottle that's left into it.
Oh,
Glare at the phone, go back to the laptop.
Stephen, you're selling in a bookshop. He didn't tell you what he was going to do, but here you are, standing a book written by allegedly one of your best friends. And it's all about you and Jules and Sarah and Tiff and about how high and mighty Montgomery is, how he's the smartest one of all of you, how he's the one who led all your plans, how he's the real leader. I mean, you just got that from the blurb. Are you going to read it?
I suppose. At this point, what choice do I have?
I mean, you've heard the rave reviews. The inside story of the most famous paranormal investigator group. And about all the juicy dark secrets.
What secrets? What? Who cares about fame at this point? These are my friends, and now they're not. After spending so long as what was affectionately, who was as effectively a social pariah, the guy that people just go to when they need something. I found a group of people that I thought, hey, maybe they can see past all of that. See past the facade that I put up in front of people and just see me, Stephen, the guy who fucks up but still means well, who just wants to help people. And maybe this book, being out there, telling some kind of story about the supernatural, will be good for people to know, but some part of him is resigned. Because does the world really need to know about our secrets? Because we aren't characters in some story, we're real people who've hurt at this point. We're probably going to continue hurting. And in some ways, he knows it's his fault. Because it usually is.
You find yourself no longer in a bookshop. It's raining. There's a broken window. And Montgomery, you are yelling at him. Because he has fucked up again. And now they're going to get caught. And now everything's going to go wrong. What do you say?
What? I can't believe you would do this again, jeopardizing all of us. So selfish of you. We just,
Would you
we-
go
we're
on?
just, we're trying to help, and do this.
Okay, we both know that I'm not the expert in this situation, and I'm just trying my best. I can't do all the things that you guys do. I don't know all the stuff that you guys do. I'm just the guy that occasionally picks locks for you guys. But of course, that's just all I am to you people, isn't it? Just the guy that does things occasionally.
That's your choice. You could change. We work so hard, and you throw it away.
Maybe I am trying.
Not hard enough.
What? Oh, Sarah says, stepping in. Her head is bleeding. Right. Why don't we take our breath? Or 3. Tiff, you don't have to take any.
I don't.
Good job, Han. Look, Monty, he is trying. I promise you, he is. Just
He's always the one that does this, Sarah.
No, but hey, when we met, you could barely get through your own name without stuttering.
And I've changed.
Give him that chance too.
How many more chances does he need?
Maybe a real one. If you're always waiting for him to fuck up, how is he gonna stop and not do that?
Could feel like he's making more of an effort sometimes.
One more chance.
Fine. Last one.
Hey, Stephen, maybe don't break another window.
I mean, maybe windows should be less breakable. Not my fault they're made out of glass. But yeah, I guess, like, I'm sorry. It's just, it doesn't feel like I'm helping enough. And I want to. Like, I care about you guys so much, and just forget it. Just forget it.
Who are you talking to?
That's
There's no one
Sarah.
there.
Oh,
You're alone. You're always going to be alone, Stephen. You know that. You think
yeah.
people care about you?
Well, I did. I did with them. I somewhat still feel that way about Michelle, but looks
But
like
Jules
that's
left. And Monty, he said all those things about how you were a delinquent. And he said all that stuff about your family and your broken home. And Tiffany, she wants to kill you over a mistake you made. Are they really your friends?
yeah. They're the only friends I've had, the only friends I'm probably ever gonna have. And even if they end up hating me, I still want to be there for them in some way. Even if I have to do something stupid to keep them there. After all, I've done stupid stuff before, and at this point, I think it's the only thing I'm good at.
Tiffany, you're holding an advanced copy of the book. Sarah persuaded him to give it to you. How much control does it take not to tear the thing in half?
A great deal of control.
Did you read it or just skim through?
I read it from cover to cover. And there's also like little nail punctures in the book where her acrylics have like popped through, so she's been so angry.
You can't help but wonder. And you remember. You're not bleeding. Which is odd. Because vampires, a lot of stuff they do has to do with blood. You're not bleeding because the others are. And they're standing in front of you. Montgomery is holding his stomach because he just took a horrible attack to his stomach. And Stephen, his shoulders torn open. Sarah standing there, sword aloft, cuts across her, and Jules, he's standing there. With his hands up. A shield around you all. Your friends are hurt. Don't you remember that?
I remember.
There's something in the dark on the other side of that shield. It wants you. It wants to gut your friends. You don't let that happen.
Hell fucking no.
What do you do?
use all my supernatural strength and I get its fucking throat.
You vault over the group, and let's have our first roll.
Whoopee!
Roll kick some ass.
Okay.
So you just roll.
Only
press-
over an hour in.
Shut up. So all you're going to do is click tough on your sheet.
Tough. Oh wait, I don't
Yes, you
use
do.
tough. I use.
I'll
Weird.
use weird, don't you? Yes. Roll the little 2 dice next to it.
Everyone in the chat suddenly remembering this is a TTRPG.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
guys.
welcome to my story time.
Wait, what do I? Sorry.
You see, if you look on your sheet, you see there's two little dice next to where the number for weird is.
Okay.
Press it.
It says tell me to input a value.
You don't need to do anything.
So just
Press
submit.
OK. Yeah.
Okay.
14!
Woo!
So for those who don't know, this is the Powered by Apocalypse game. If you get 10 or over, that is a success. If you get 7 to 9, that is a partial success. If you get below a 7, that is a failure. A 14 is a very, very, very good success. Tiffany, you destroy that thing in the dark. Your teeth, your fangs, your claws, you just rip it apart. And you are soaked head to toe in just blood. And you look at your friends. What do they say when they see Tiffany just go absolutely feral for the first time?
Is that on me or are you asking the other people?
I'm asking other people.
Hell
Julian's seen
fucking
it before.
yeah.
Not Tiffany, but Julian's seen it before.
It's definitely more gruesome than it is in the books.
Sarah grabs your horrible, gore-ridden, fangy face. And that's when she kisses you for the first time. They didn't look at you like a monster, did they?
No, they didn't.
But people started to. The more they saw, the more they realized. As your friends got older, crow's feet stretching out from their eyes, grey daubing their hair, and you stayed exactly the same. Montgomery.
Yep.
You receiving the paycheck for your book? It's nice. It's a lot of zeros. That's more zeros than you've ever seen before. Oh wow, this is something. What's in the cup next to you?
Cup of tea this time. Please.
Herbal?
He'll swap
Calming?
it out. Yeah, herbal. But he'll break out the nice alcohol as a celebration.
Who calls first?
Sorry, repeat that.
Who calls first? First of you.
Julian. This is the last phone call they have until 20 years later. Well, last conversation they have until 20 years later.
Auntie, your phone's ringing.
He'll see the caller ID and grimace. Pick it up. Montgomery.
What the fuck?
Julian.
I'm unsafe. I get possessed.
You do.
I don't need the world to know that.
I didn't lie.
You didn't have to share it.
It made for a good story. And it's what happened.
I never... I never held a knife to anyone. But that's in there. I never saw my hallucinations, which by the way are not hallucinations that I am actually being spoken to, are strictly auditory, and yet you have me seeing shit in this dumbass book of yours.
I can't pretend to know what goes on in your mind. I made a compelling narrative.
Yeah, it's
This
compelling,
works.
alright. It's compelling me to come there and kick your ass.
I've moved you.
Shocker.
I
This is exactly why I didn't want to get involved in this bullshit. Line goes dead.
put the phone down.
It rings again. Who's next?
I think Tiffany would probably call up.
Do you answer?
Yep. Won't say anything this time.
Monty, I thought we were friends. Why did you make me look like a complete monster in your farce of a story?
You are a monster, Tiffany. I know you pretend, we all pretend, but people need to know what's out there. And that includes you.
What did you say to me?
The truth.
You're going to regret this. And then she hangs up.
I'm assuming somewhere a phone is snapped in half.
Yeah, her little flip phone is just broken.
Stephen, do you call? Is there any point?
Yeah, he calls. It's like, hey, Montgomery. I'd
Stephen.
call you Monty, but after reading that whole thing that you've got going, I don't really think we were ever friends. Despite my best efforts, just not how things played out. Apparently, with me being a total fuck up in your eyes, and apparently your narratives. I just kind of hope you know what you're doing more than anything. What with how this is gonna play out, what the major response is gonna be, how people are gonna see you, us, our friends. I don't really care, whether or not people are gonna continue to think that I'm scum, but I don't think any of the other guys really deserved it. I just kind of hope that they can forgive you eventually. And, as long as, the business is good, I suppose, maybe one of us has got a cat. And he just hangs up, doesn't wait for a reply. But it's soft, it's gentle, it isn't abrupt, it's just kind of like a moment of silence and then a.
Can I just say the
Please.
phone rings again? And it's Tiffany.
Tiffany calling from another phone.
From Sarah's phone this time.
No, she's calling from a little hamburger landline phone.
Oh. Wait, no, it's not. It's not the one shaped like a pair of lips.
No, that's a good one. She doesn't want to ruin it.
Monty,
Understood.
do you answer?
This is coming up as an unknown number, so this could be a
Or-
publicist. He's got to answer.
This could be, yeah. So you pick
Listen
up.
here.
Hello?
Listen here and listen good. You're just lucky that I found a room where Sarah isn't in, so she can't hear me say this. But you are always the sad, pathetic weasel that I always thought you were. Okay, goodbye. She hangs up.
It begins to rain. because you're standing outside in the rain. And isn't it always raining at times like this? And you are hurt. You're hurting. Because you almost died. Sarah almost died. Stephen almost died. Tiffany almost died. And there's Julian. And he's not saying anything. Because he didn't do anything. He's not doing anything. Why isn't he doing something? What do you say? Oh, Monty.
Julian, where were you? Why?
I can't. I don't know what you wanted me to do. What?
Anything? You
I,
just stood there.
I can't. I couldn't.
Couldn't? Couldn't do anything while we were bleeding, injured, stabbed.
I. No, shut up. Shut up. I couldn't. Sarah,
She can barely speak. She's exhausted.
I can't help anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. And he just walks off into the rain.
He left you, Monty.
You can't leave, Julian. Come back.
Watch me.
We need you.
Don't. He's gone.
Montgomery started crying.
No.
You're alone again. Just like you always were. You remember? They really like you. I mean, Stephen stole your lunch money, and Tiffany spent most of her time laughing at you while her boyfriend shoved you in a locker. And Sarah was busy. Always busy, Sarah. You know now why, but she never had time for anyone. Did you enjoy eating lunch by yourself in the bathroom because it was the only place you could get to without someone harassing you?
No. Not
So
a
what are you
time
gonna-
I think to remember.
So what are you going to do about it? How long
Tell the
before they
world.
leave you again? Tell the
Never.
world! Gotta get started.
They'll never be able to forget me then.
Jules.
Oh.
You're sitting in an office. Your office. The one for the circus. Not the circus you grew up in, that had a horrible vampire problem that led to loads of people dying, though you insisted it didn't, because obviously you know best, don't you, Jules? You know best, better than anyone else. And there's a paperback sitting on your desk. You missed the initial advertisement. But this is an advanced copy just for you. Said by Sarah, because she thought you would want to know. Unless she was lying. You considered that.
Sarah doesn't lie to me.
Have you read it?
Yeah. regretted every second.
What's in the cup
Stopped.
next to you?
Hmm?
What's in the cup next to you?
Water.
Have you touched it?
No.
You open it. The book. You have to. You have to check again.
Oh, that's definitely what he wrote about me. That's definitely how he described me.
It's not raining. It's sunny. Because Monty is taking you to the cinema. He heard you've never been to a cinema before. So he's taking you and Sarah to a cinema. He would have taken Stephen, but Stephen apparently is banned from any premises with money. And Tiffany said something along the lines of, "That's trash." Or was it tacky? What movies are you taking you to see?
Early 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s. Oh.
Shrek.
It's not Shrek. It's not Shrek.
Shrek 2.
No. Oh. Oh, I'm thinking. Oh god, I cannot think of any film that came out in the late
Matt,
90s.
give us a film.
Someone give us a film from the late 90s that a nerd would go and see.
Someone say Shrek.
It's not
Say
going to be
Shrek.
Shrek. Shrek didn't come out until the 2000s. We're going late 90s. Matrix, of course, yes.
I think you ever said that.
Or Blade. Matrix or Blade.
Blade was a bit close to home.
maybe that's why we went to go see Blade.
Yes, Tiffany said it was racist and stereotypical.
Only been a vampire for a full bloody year and already the leading authority.
What's Monty say as he's leading you there? Sarah's quiet, texting on her phone. She's not texting on her phone, it's the 90s. Sarah's quiet. Oh, my pager.
You'll like this movie. I've heard good things.
Yeah? What's it even about? I mean,
Vampires? I've never seen it.
Blade is a vampire hunter.
You're
half
not there.
vampire. He's a half
I'm just
vampire
saying.
vampire hunter. I know about Blade.
Oh,
I
sorry.
know nothing.
I was half tuned in.
There's vampires. Could be useful given our line of work.
I mean, Tiffany and I kind of know a lot already. I mean, I've lived with one.
Of course, it'd be a nice evening. We don't do recreational activities that frequently, and going to the movie with friends is fun, I'm told.
We're friends.
I thought we were. Oh, so are we not?
I mean, sometimes I just feel like you guys have just picked me up, you know?
That's not how one makes a friend.
So what do you like? I know you don't like talk, but like, what else do you do at the movies?
Eat overpriced popcorn and fizzy drinks.
Cool. Okay. I know popcorn.
Have you had it before?
Had it, dude. I sold it.
Ah, yes.
How do you think I made my like pocket money? That was. I guess it's not pocket money if you have to earn it.
I think that's just an income.
Yeah. There's just an income. How do you think I made money?
You don't talk about it much, so
Well, I mean, it was life. I kind of prefer not being in the circus, so.
we prefer you with us too.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah.
Going to a movie.
Shut up.
Hi. I want to see it too.
Mm,
You told them about me yet?
no, shut up. Sorry, headache.
Looks like a bad one.
I'll be fine. We just get in. It's too bright. Let's head in. It's dark in there, right?
Yes, the room is dark, but the screen will be quite bright. Are you sure you're going to be okay?
Yeah. I'll be fine. Let's just I'll buy the popcorn. The sweet and salted. Yeah,
Yes. Thank you.
Sarah.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to go. There was a demonic possession.
Do you need us to?
Do you need help?
No, I'll just pick up Stephen and Tiff. You guys stay and have fun. Let's take the sword. Okay. Goodbye.
But
Bye. Should we go inside?
Sure.
You step into the dark. I'm gonna take a 10-minute break. Love you
Womp
all.
womp.
I believe videos are gonna be played or something.
Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf-blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and wellbeing activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf-blind or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference you're making. sense.org.uk/our-impact. Registered charity number 289868. Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf, blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and wellbeing activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf, blind, or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference you're making. sense.org.uk/our-impact. Registered charity number 289868. Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf, blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and wellbeing activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf, blind, or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference you're making. sense.org.uk/our-impact. Registered charity number 289868. Thank you for being a part of Sense and our
Hi Dan, it's Kim. What things make you happy? Travelling. Where have you been? I have been to America and some European countries. If someone saw us in the street, how would you like them to say hello to you? By
Everyone strike a pose when we come back.
Wait, I
I
could
can't
put the
strike a
right
pose.
one.
Hold on, I'll mute and just like yell at the mic.
I'm pretty sure we went back live as you said strike a
No!
pose.
No. This is welcome back, everyone. You saw nothing else there. Anyway, our intrepid heroes all stumble into Montgomery. Pick a room in your house. It's
Guest bedroom.
definitely in no way on the ground floor.
Guest bedroom.
Guest bedroom.
Bedroom.
You all stumble into the guest bedroom.
Oh god, the decor is even worse in here.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's all the rage.
All the
No,
rage
not
where?
Not the.
In the nursing homes?
It's modern.
Stephen isn't really saying much. He's just kind of loosely,
Monty, you are aware
distractedly patting himself down.
It's the 2020s, not the 1920s.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Style never goes out of fashion.
It does.
Guys, can
That's
we,
what the
can we
unfashionable
stop
say.
arguing about the wallpaper?
Yeah, no.
What just happened?
I have no idea.
Bullshit I wanted
I'm not
nothing
a
more to
fan.
do with.
Well, Montgomery.
I'm all for retrospective thinking, but that was a bit much.
Hmm.
It was. I said it's your house. You must know something about this.
I don't keep demons in my house. Present company excluded.
I'm not a demon.
That wasn't me.
Oh, fair enough.
I was just gonna say, mate, I've met demons. Once again, none of them here. So maybe we keep the barbs in our pockets for the time being. Why am I being the reasonable one? Why am I being the reasonable one?
Yes. You're correct. For once.
Look, I mean,
put a sock in it, Montgomery.
presumably the solicitor is still downstairs. Let's just.
Yes. Follow me.
But wait, where's?
Do you think the solicitor would have had a door for themselves?
Do
Seems
not
like
know.
on our past, unless the solicitor was someone we didn't was there at the time. I doubt it.
Well, let's hopefully think they're still there then.
Hmm.
Wait,
Wait,
we're
Michelle.
really not going to focus on the thing that actually caused us to leave the room in the first place. Am I the only person who's
Yeah, no, Michelle.
shit!
Where? Yes.
Michelle?
Michelle!
Look, okay, look. In my defense, for a second, I was like 18 again, and Michelle didn't exist. So.
Yeah, I think we were all 18 again and had some, things to think about. God. Blasphemy's getting me nowhere. Blasphemy's getting me to the bad place quicker.
Right. Hold on. Give me
Did
just.
any of you see her?
Give me just. Give me.
Did no one see her?
No.
Give me a minute. Let's see what we can do. Julian is going to try and so this is I'm actually like I've been looking at my character sheet.
We're playing a game? Ah.
Going to try and use his telepathy ability to like sense if there's anyone else in the house and to investigate a mystery and see if
Ooh.
there's anyone in the house.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Let's roll.
Mm.
Let's roll something.
What is it for investigate a mystery?
Sharp.
Sharp. Okay. My sharp is not good. There we go.
That is a 9. That is a mixed success. What does your telepathy say?
You can read people's thoughts and put words into their mind. This can allow you to investigate a mystery and read a bad situation without needing to actually talk. So.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you can ask one of those questions. That's on the list. Beloved audience, there is a little list
Yes.
that he can pick from.
Where did it go? It being Michelle.
You too.
I think that's in Investigate a Mystery. Yes.
Where did it go? Yes. She's here somewhere. You can hear her coming from everywhere. She's in the house, or she is the house. Is this the house? Everything's a bit much. It's getting a bit loud. Isn't that delightful?
Oh,
Jules.
fuck off.
Jules.
Fuck off. Julian kind of spins around and like slaps the wall with his hand and it just sort of like, no. Sorry. I can't pinpoint anything. I can't pinpoint where Michelle is. I don't even know if we're if we're back in reality. We might not be. I don't know, and I'm not a fan of this anymore.
What did you get back?
What?
I mean, what exactly was it?
She's everywhere, and some annoying prick won't shut up.
Everywhere.
I don't like. I know. Maybe I'm just rusty. I don't. That's been what? 21 years. So, you know.
What does that mean, everywhere?
Tiffany, if I knew, I wouldn't. I would just be finding her.
Tiffany's kind of like panicking a little bit because she just lost Sarah and now she's just about like lost Michelle as well.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
Monty, it's
so-
your house. Like, where could she be? Where are all the places that she could be? How many goddamn rooms do you have?
A few? Is this even still my house? It doesn't feel like it.
I don't know.
Is that not your specialty?
technically property law would be my specialty, actually.
But also, if we're talking about the layout of your goddamn house,
Well, the guest bedroom is with all the other bedrooms. Downstairs, standard things: reception room, lounge, office, kitchen, dining room, front room.
Snake room.
I-
I mean, your bedroom, sorry.
That's upstairs.
Tiff. I. Is this one of the bedrooms?
Yes. This
Okay,
is
so we
the
are in a room that is
yes,
a
a
room
guest
in your
bedroom.
house. Okay, that's something, I guess.
Well, then
Look,
be useful and lead us out of it.
okay, follow me. The door's right there. We'll open the door.
There's a circus on the other side.
What the fuck?
No.
I didn't put this there.
I feel like you did on purpose.
Which one is it?
You know which one it is.
It's the old one.
I was gonna say, if we are visiting memory islands, may as well go first, so I can
Yeah,
fuck up
yeah.
first.
Well, I may as well go first. It's my bloody memory, isn't it? Julian just walks in.
It's
Tiffany follows tentatively behind.
it's dark,
Yay.
really dark. There's a few lights, out and around, but the area you're in is dimly lit, and it is noise. It's gurgle.
Oh no.
And Tiffany, you know exactly what noise that is. That's the sound of your boyfriend dying.
Not fucking.
Fuck.
And that's you over there,
Greg.
17, and you're dying. And it's your face, exactly the same, because you're never going to change. You're never moving on from this moment. You exist here and will always exist here. And you're never going to escape that. And you all can see the moment you didn't see all those years ago, the moment that you make jokes about occasionally. I mean, you all make jokes. She's a vampire. She's going to be 17 forever. Great skincare routine. But you see over there a 17-year-old girl covered in blood, and she's dying. And there's no one around to help her.
It was my birthday, actually. May 18th. I died just as I turned 18. The clock ticked over to the next day, and I lay there, in a pool of my own blood, hearing my boyfriend die beside me.
Over here! I can hear someone! And Tiffany, you see them. The moment you didn't see. With it all clouded over. These people. Sarah. Some teenager with a sword. And the moment freezes as they burst into your darkness. Sorry, my tinnitus is acting up. But do you say anything as you see this freeze frame?
I just can't stop looking at my own body.
How about the rest of you? What do you do?
Julian's trying to remember if there was anything that kept the group from being there 5 minutes earlier.
Would you like to perhaps investigate a mystery?
Am I gonna have to roll again to see if it's...
Yes, you
Oh.
are.
Oh, sharp. And hold on, I have to go way up. 8.
You can pick one question. I suggest it is not. What sort of creature is it?
What happened here?
And Tiffany, you see the moments you didn't see. The moments before. In the bright lit tent. All of you, you've been running. You know the creature's around here somewhere. Jules, your head is going like crazy. You can tell it's something. It's close. Monty, you have been reading and you're pretty sure that this is a vampire. No, you don't think vampires exist, but just in case it does, this might be a vampire. What did you bring? And more accurately, what did you ask Stephen to steal?
The classics you always see in the books: holy water, a stake, a
Across.
big knife, a cross.
Some
Some
garlic.
form of scripture. Garlic, obviously. Yeah, forgot that one.
gonna say-
Pulling it all out of 5,000 pockets in his cargo shorts.
I was gonna say Uncle Andrew always did keep the weirdest stuff on hand. Too bad he never locked his garage.
Okay. Which way do we go?
Uh,
Jules, which way do we go?
did... Sorry, side tent this way.
This way. Okay. Who trips?
Montgomery.
Oh no, this should be a Stephen move.
They both trip over each other.
No, Stephen trips over something, and then Monty trips over Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen, you don't know what you trip on. You just over your own feet, your excitement, your panic. You
Edge
just
of the
trip. And
Ah,
the things that you gathered scatter.
fuck.
Okay, come on, pick him up, pick him up.
Julian just grabs the knife.
It's like, Monty, get off me.
Sorry, you were in the way.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you need to go ass over tit of my body.
And then you run. And your childhood end as you see a dead body for the first time. But you watch yourself, your younger selves, run off to that future. Locked in stone now, your current one uncertain. And you look down. And you see a glimmer of silver on the ground.
Pick it up. I mean,
Yeah.
Tiffany can't, but
Yeah, Jules picked it up.
Stephen would pick it
Julian
up.
picked it up.
Stephen, you
Oh,
know
no,
this.
no, yes, Stephen.
Stephen, you pick it up and you know what this is almost immediately. This is a fragment of the amulet around Michelle's neck. The one you gave her.
He turns it over in his hand. It's just like, huh. And here I thought that thing, just some stuff overzealous street vendor was trying to pawn off on me.
Why did you give her that?
what is it?
Tiffany, you know this amulet because Michelle always wore it. But she never told you where it came from.
Well, I had to get her something for her 12th birthday. And, you know, I was in Peru at the time. Can't remember where exactly, but it was definitely Peru. And, well, I just thought it looked nice. Kind of reminded me of the fact that I hadn't visited in a while.
Julian's just gonna reach out and just tap like a finger to it, and then quickly withdraw the finger and just be like, magical,
There's...
Stephen.
Huh?
Magical.
Well, I didn't know that at the time.
You have a habit of that, don't you?
You never think things through.
Oh,
Oh yeah, rag on me time.
I'm still not over the parents thing.
you've.
Oh, you're never gonna be over it, because nobody ever is. Do you really think I want to spend the rest of what might be my very limited lifespan, you know, having every single mistake I've ever made loaded over me when there's more important things to worry about?
Monty, you were always good at identifying shit. Can you, I'm. Julian just like turns away, like it's like he's twitching his fingers, like literally touching it burnt him almost.
Just like, the guy that I bought it off of said it was supposed to help. Didn't
Help
say much
what?
more than that.
Help
What
what?
did it look like whole?
Circular, about the size of a chocolate chip cookie.
That's not a standard unit of measure.
I'm hungry. I was gonna say, you can't eat at funerals.
Oh, I'm sure you'd find a way to try.
Oh, why do you think I've been searching my pockets this whole time?
Oh, for God's
No.
sake! Julian just pulls out literally, seemingly out of nowhere, like a cereal bar, and just.
Anyway, just about yay big, cast in silver. Had this really nice blue gemstone that kind of reminded me of Sarah and Michelle. You know, the calm kind of blue that just makes you kind of feel better. You know, that warm feeling that you get from a sunrise. And then he looks at his tie, and he doesn't say anything else.
And you didn't think this sounded magical or cursed.
Cursed?
Gave it to
No.
a 12-year-old.
I'm sure it's not cursed.
I was gonna say, I know when an object is cursed. I don't have the... Yeah, because usually I'm the one that sets it off, as you keep reminding me.
Yes, I can attest to that. Could it perhaps be blessed instead? Or is that not a thing?
I mean, it's not a thing.
It can be a thing. Would have to look it up.
Well, we can't really do that in what apparently is a nightmare dimension.
What does it mean now it's cracked like that and in pieces?
Either it broke or whatever effect it had got used.
You're in the hallway, by the way. You didn't notice, but you're in the hallway outside the bedroom.
How the hell did we get here?
Whole thing is really starting to piss me off.
I hate magic.
Don't
I
we
mean,
all?
should we investigate this?
Yes, but
I mean, yes, we should. I can still complain about it though.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you
So
going?
we have part of a maybe blessed amulet, and we are in Montgomery's weird house.
I mean, I think it's safe to say it's not actually Monty's house.
Oh no, you guys got to rag on the fact that this house was weird in the first place. It's time for Steven to take a shot.
Okay, Stephen, you have your go.
What more is there to say about the fact that Montgomery has the taste of a pensioner in a care home that hasn't been able to see straight or in color for about 70 years?
Haha, zing!
It's
Oh
tasteful.
god, dude.
Yeah, if the taste was vomit. I mean, look at the color of your carpet.
I'm sorry it's not homeless chic like you have going for you.
Oh, just because I decided to spend my life without a home because legally I can't have a bank account that can be traced back to me.
Are you guys sorry, I am aware we are going to unfortunately have to cut this short because of the technical issues. I need to ask, where are you guys going?
Oh,
I don't need to
Library?
assume the library.
Yeah.
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 Okay. You get there unmolested by horrible nightmare things.
Whoa.
That's
Oh,
always a
yay.
plus.
I feel
That's
like
your
the fact you
library.
had to quantify that, though.
I don't know what you mean. You're totally fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, didn't you hear? We're fine.
Oh,
This is fine.
I hate magic, said Paramount.
it's the game of weird metrics.
Mm.
All right. So you fall back into an old routine. It's so familiar. It's been 20 years, but while it's bigger and has a lot more books that haven't been read, you recognize most books from Monty's old library, his old house. The place he used to go whenever there was a mystery that was a bit too hard for you. And you'd spend those hours searching through the books. It's a familiar pattern that you fall into almost immediately. Until you turn to where Sarah would sit, and you remember. So, Monty, are you going to try and figure out what's going on with the amulet?
Yep. What's the one roll?
I believe you have your...
Sharp, right?
Yes. Okay, so you have a law library.
Yep.
Which gives you +1 to investigate a mystery. So yes, you're reading, just by reading through books, you're not trying anything else to investigate for the moment, right?
Yep.
Okay. Does anyone who wants to roll a help out? I want to one person.
Who hates Montgomery the least?
Who
Stupid.
indeed?
Well, I think it's more of the other magical expert. Hello.
All right. So Julian, roll cool. Montgomery, roll sharp. Montgomery, you get a +1.
Help out. Roll cool. Okay. At least it's not charm. Failure. Oh, for those of you at home, we got a 0 and a
No,
6.
okay. No, that's not a 0. You rolled 2 5s and a 3. You just put a +1 in, so it freaked it out.
Oh.
So what you actually got was a 14.
Oh, thank God.
It's just that it pops up as 0.
No, he doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, man. And I'm guessing, yeah, I just fail on my help roll.
Yeah. You open the book. Hey, Jules.
No.
Doing it. So, what's it going to be this time? What are we thinking? I mean, I think I don't think I'm going to tell myself. I mean, last time I was supposed to do good. Do I do the same one? Oh, look at something new and tasty. What do you think? What are you thinking, Julesy boy?
Thinking I hate you.
Montgomery, you just hear Jules say, thinking I hate you.
Bit harsh.
Not
Not
you.
fine.
Well, yes, you, but not the. Uh. He closes the book and just sits back and like pinching his nose like he's getting a migraine.
Jules.
Away.
It'd be like old times, you and me and the gang. I mean, minus Sarah, because she is like super dead.
Shut up.
I'm growing you again. Montgomery! Despite distractions, you manage to make through and you find a book with a selection of drawings of amulets. And you do see one which is similar to the one that you are holding. So I assume your question is going to be either, it's probably going to be, what can it do?
It's kind of
I'm
the
going to assume. I'm going to assume it's what can it do. This is known as a dreaming pentacle. It is a misnomer because it doesn't actually have a pentacle on it. The person who named it thought it did, because it looks different to everyone who holds it.
Oh.
It has the ability to grant a wish. But these wishes tend to be not necessarily twisted, but they tend to be much more mental than they do tend to actually be physical. So you say, oh, I dream for my dream vacation. I wish for my dream vacation. You don't actually go there, but you think you do. And in some cases, you can even use it to create a vast dream, which can trap multiple people inside. The fact it's broken suggests that it's been used and you're in it. And if you find all the pieces, maybe you get out. Do you share this information with the class?
yeah, begrudgingly. We'll relay the information.
So we're in a dream that assumedly Michelle made.
It does appear to be that way, yes.
Why would she want us to relive? She's never even met me.
It might not have been a conscious wish. Maybe she just wanted to get out of that room. It might not have taken her at her meaning. Could have
Hmm.
twisted whatever she thought.
Or maybe. No. No, that sounds stupid.
It'll just
Say
spit
it
it
anyway,
out.
Stephen.
There's no stupid questions.
Oh, really? Coming from me? You saying that? But just think about everything we've seen so far. I certainly have seen things that make me think. Maybe not the best things, especially about myself, but kind of makes me wonder why we're seeing things that happened to us, together.
All our
What kind of stuff?
memories.
What kind of stuff did you see before?
Times that kind of wish could, happen again. But
Wish you'd done
Yeah.
something.
No, I mean, I did a lot of things that I don't think anybody will ever let me, forget. Most of all, move on from. But I don't think, that's kind of the point of reliving this stuff. Not about making us suffer necessarily, but just making us think.
What do I need to
But
think of?
I'm an idiot, so
Shocker, we were all stupid kids who did things we shouldn't have done and didn't do things that we should have done. And if I could go back in time and fix it all and say no to you more, or say yes to Monty more, maybe we wouldn't be the pieces of shit we are today.
Speak
it's
for
not
yourself.
it's not about wanting to go back and wishing to like change things, but just thinking, does it even matter anymore?
What are you talking about? Of course it matters.
Well, does it?
Clearly it does.
What? Yeah, the small things that have happened, but like, do you really think I could be where I am today? Do you think I would still be, alive in my line of work if I let every terrible decision I've ever made weigh me down as much as?
Yeah, well, what if your terrible decisions fucked up other people, Stephen?
They do all the time. They do all of the time. That's kind of the point. That's the reason I was here in the first place. It's the reason I met any of you.
And you're not quite sure how the door's opening because there wasn't a door there. As you argue, you hear it creak and creak and open like a beckoning arm. On the other side is a room, lavish in plush red velvet, burning flames under a mantle. Flames too hot for any mortal flames. And you're standing, all of you, in a room, in a very, very nice room, tastefully decorated, unlike a certain someone. Behind a large mahogany desk is a man, and he is the most beautiful man any of you have ever seen. Because they did say the devil would be gorgeous, didn't they? And you'll watch, and there's Stephen. So, little thing, you come here asking me for my help. Don't you have friends out there in the world? People will miss you if you die.
I think we both know the answer to that.
Oh, come on. I watch the news. I see things. I read books. This one, and in his hand appears that book. This one's quite a treat. So come on, Stevie boy, tell me the truth. Why are you sending your soul to me?
Because despite everything, despite all the things that I've done, all the effort that I put in, I still am not good enough to get any of the things that I want.
What do you want?
Friends, a family. So if you, in all of your unholy wisdom, can at least do something that would give me just a scratch of happiness, then who cares about my immortal soul?
Well, I'm not really in the business of making people happy unless you want to do a different type of tango. But listen, I can make you good. I can make you real good, Stevie boy. But it won't just cost you your soul. Oh no. See. And he holds up an hourglass. This is your lifespan. How much? Nice. It's solid sand you got up here. So you make a deal with me. And he turns it upside down. The thin trickle begins to lower. You'll die soon. Pretty damn soon. You okay with that? You okay if you're good, but dead? Hey, at least when you die, you'll be warm, right?
Yeah. At this point in my life, I think it's better to be good and helpful, and at least make up for some of the things that I've done. Because at this point,
Don't tell me you got regrets. Come on, Steven, I've seen you. You're the man, the maestro. Don't need anyone. I'm the cool guy. I pick locks. I break down doors. I steal things when people aren't looking. I take pocket money from nerds. What do you need that you ain't got already, huh? Friends? What you need friends for? You can buy those if you got a bit of money. I mean, look at Montgomery. That's what he did, right? He's got all those sycophants around him. Pretty little thing on his arm. You know he's getting married soon. Didn't send you an invite. Did you know that?
no.
No, you didn't, did you? Sorry, cat's out the bag about that one. Listen, I'm not here to talk you into good things. That's not really my cup of tea. That's more my big brother upstairs. But I can give you this. And he holds out a contract. Sign away. Your soul and you'll be the best there's ever been.
Stephen doesn't even hesitate, but as he does, they're not regrets. They're just debts I need to repay. And you're going to help me do it.
You've got a year to do it, my friend. Have fun. And the scene freezes. Little of you watch as Stephen signed his life away.
You sold your soul to the fucking devil?
From the Bible?
Yeah, turns out he's a real dude. What do you fucking do? Steven's got a little me, you know? The major fuck up decided I'm gonna, you know, take one last shot at completely screwing the pooch.
Stephen, when did you
That's-
sign this?
Fucking no. 9 months ago?
9?
He's got 3
9.
left.
9. And you know what I wanted to spend those 3 months doing at this point? I wanted to spend them with Michelle. Just doing stuff. Little things. Like teaching her how to pick locks. It's a great stress reliever. We were gonna do things. Stuff that, you know, I wanted to do with you guys. But, you know, the whole being banned from every kind of, you know, establishment in existence as a kid kind of really fucks with a person. I wanted to make up for lost time. Get enough money to do so beforehand before I completely let loose one last bang. But now we're stuck in a dream, and I'm stuck here with you assholes. Because that's what we all are, assholes. We just decided that we all hate each other. And for what? So we can all be miserable, far away from each other?
I'm not fucking miserable.
Got a good life.
Come the fucking crap, Jules?
I've been miserable the entire time I'm here. Yes, because I'm back with a bunch of people who I used
What?
to know, and I just want to be back at my goddamn job.
So you're really saying that you're happy with the way that we left things? That you're happy that, there's a
No, of
bunch of
course
people out there that, all know about us and all the things that, have happened in our lives.
Hey, no.
And the
The
fact
way
that it was one of our friends that did it.
I left things was I said, I can't do this anymore. I can't help you guys anymore. I'm leaving. I couldn't do it anymore. I'd done too much shit and I was being asked too much. Not
But we could have talked about it. We could have
why?
talked it. Yeah, we could have talked about it. We could have always talked about it. Yeah, we were young and dumb, but that shouldn't have been an obstacle.
You don't get it, do you, Stephen?
I got it.
What is,
I can't do magic anymore.
What?
who gives a shit? I don't.
I'm not good at anything else, am I? I've never been able to pick locks or read books or do it. I can't do it anymore. The cost is too high now. Okay.
But do you really think I would have cared?
It wasn't. It was because of you that I couldn't. You asked me to do all these stupid little things, all these little schemes, like, oh, just cast this spell and we'll make some cash. We'll make some quick cash. We'll make some quick cash. Just one more time, Jules. Just one more time. Just one more time. And then the fucking thing in my head was like, hey, you want any more magic? You gotta kill someone. And guess what? That price is too fucking steep. So I don't do magic anymore. Can't do it. And that's
I'm
why Monty
sorry.
got hurt.
Jules, why
So
didn't you
that's
tell me?
Jules.
because this is my shit.
It isn't though. This was never a me or you or Montgomery or Tiffany problem. It wasn't even a Sarah problem. It was an us problem. It was always an us problem. It's still an us problem.
Sarah was the only one who helped me. The rest of you just made faces when I talked to myself or wrote a book about how I was dangerous.
Hold on a moment. Hold on just a tiny little bitty moment. Sarah was the only one who helped you?
She's the only one that knew. You did normal stuff with me, Tiff. That wasn't the same. Sarah helped me with the weird shit. I didn't want to bring the weird shit to you because you had your own weird shit.
Yes, but we could have had weird shit together. We're both, you know.
We're not. I'm Julian Doe, and I do the accounts for the circus, and I make sure that we have enough toilet paper and enough cereal so that we can get people's prescriptions on time. That's it. That's what I do now. I don't do anything else. I don't want to do anything else.
You know, you're wrong about not being able to do anything and you're useless without magic. You're not. And you didn't know anything about nails before, but then you became like a master at acrylics just for me.
I-
That's a very useful skill. And it proves
Look,
you're not useless.
I never said useless. I just what we did needed magic. I couldn't do the magic, so
Do you really think the stuff that we did back then needed somebody that could pick locks?
sometimes,
No
yeah.
offense, mate. My biggest skill back then was face planting into a whole load of bullshit.
Quite literally sometimes.
So not only were you 10 times more helpful than me, even without magic, you were my friend. Sure, I went to you for weird things occasionally, and yeah, I'll admit I pushed you too much. But what else was we were supposed to do? It's not like you ever wanted to hang out with me.
You never asked.
How was I supposed to? I never had friends, just clients.
I never had friends, just fellow performers.
And I guess
God,
neither of us knew how to reach out. We were both idiots.
we both fucked up little shits.
The fire cracked and something silver was flying out of it, landing on the floor at your feet.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, this is all very
Dramatic.
yes.
I hate magic. I still hate magic. I'm gonna just. He picks up the silver piece.
It's
Listen, for
another
as much as
piece
you
of
want
the
things,
amulet.
He kind of like throws it to Stephen because he's got the other bit of it and just wipes his hand like he's got something like touching a magic thing made his hand dirty.
You're back in the library, by the way.
Yeah. Bullshit. Fucking.
but before they do anything else, Stephen is going to march across the room. Is going to give Julian a hug.
No.
Aw.
His arms remain down by his side. This is how Jules has always hugged. It has never changed. It's just, yeah. And just taps the side, like, yep.
Gonna say you aren't getting Stephen the businessman at this point. You're getting Stephen the uncle, who is emotionally present.
What are you doing now?
Well, Monty, is there anywhere else in this house we haven't looked?
There's several rooms. I probably try them. Seems to me we
there-
get
Are there any of them that are important though? Like really
Mm.
important?
other than the office. It's all fairly standard, but it seems to me that we get transported pretty much any time we enter a room. So probably doesn't matter which one we try.
I would never be so predictable. How dare you?
Julia walks to the nearest door, whatever door that may be, and just opens it.
There's a corridor on the other side.
Does this make sense for the door I have just opened?
Yes, corridors do tend to connect rooms.
You know what I mean.
A corridor? What do you want from me?
Like
In
Montgomery,
the
did I just
library,
open
it's-
did I open a door to a corridor and we are seeing the correct corridor?
Yes, that is what I expect to see.
Okay. So we gotta do something to trigger the right thing, I guess.
Maybe
Closes
we
the
could
door.
go to. Where did you write your book?
Different house. I've
Different.
moved since then, but
Okay,
it
where
was
are you writing your second book?
the office downstairs, where
Let's
we
go
left
there
this
then.
letter. Yes, the stairs are over there.
We're gonna head to the office then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You head downstairs. You keep heading downstairs.
Oh no.
Wow, these stairs are really long. Oh my
Uh,
goodness. Montgomery, how many stairs do you have in your house? This is like so many insane levels of stairs. Oh my god, there's so many stairs. Why are there so many stairs? Monty, why'd you put your house this way? Monty, why?
Let's go back up the stairs.
Ah, there's no more stairs. There's also no floor, and oh, there's no house. You're in a void.
Oh, great. You just happen to have the void in your house, Monty.
I didn't put it here.
No. As important as Montgomery's constructional design would be in this case, I don't think he'd do this. This is too abstract, too avant-garde.
You're right. It is a bit too tasteful for him.
Jones. All of you hear this voice.
Great.
A friend of yours?
What was
Oh. Oh, lovely. You can all hear him too now.
Ew.
Great.
No, I'm just kidding. I can hear it.
Jules,
Mysterious voice, friends. Friends, mysterious voice.
Wake up, Jules.
Yeah.
And you see a boy. How old were you when you first heard the voice?
6.
You watch. It's a small boy, lit up, almost on a stage. Jules, wake up. What does the little boy say?
And now for my next trick. that moves his hands and sparks fly everywhere. And
The lights come on and there is an audience in front of him.
yeah.
He's dressed in a little suit, carefully tailored for one of the people backstage. Oh, good boy, Jules. They love it. They love us. I told you, we're such a good team, you and I.
The 6-year-old, he's smiling wide, like one of his front teeth is missing, and like all of the crowd is clearly just like, oh, this is so cute, adorable, like sparks, and he's just like, and now, and he clicks his fingers like that, and a little girl in the front row disappears.
It's oohs and I was like, yes. Oh, that's such a good job. Such a good job. She'll be a delicious treat.
What?
I said I'll make her disappear, didn't I? Didn't say I'd make her come back.
Holy shit.
And there's worry in the crowd. Something like, oh, what's going on?
The boy is just frozen. Just
There's murmurs of concern. Did something go wrong? Where's Jessica? Where is she? And the scene freezes.
adult Jules. They never found her.
No, I suppose not if your little voice said tasty treat.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, what exactly is that?
do you think if I knew?
So,
Is it always like that?
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's me.
it's you.
You how?
Sometimes the pain is for me.
Well,
Like
shit.
what?
Don't make me say it, Stephen.
And you've been living like this since, what, 6 years old?
Yeah, roundabout. It was other people for a really long time. Odd person.
Did it just appear?
I think it was probably my parents had something to do with it, but I don't know. You know that really horrible stuff that's just, or it's not really horrible, but it's kind of messed up. It just becomes sort of background noise. And then it's only when you mention it to someone else that you realize, oh, that is actually messed up.
No, can't relate.
Yeah, every
Yes.
time I open my mouth.
A lot of the times.
This is it, yeah. It was you, by the way, Monty,
What was me?
when I couldn't cast the magic. It wanted me to kill you.
Oh, I suppose I'm glad you didn't then.
Yeah. It chose you because rather than, you know, just it was specifically you. Because, you know.
We were friends.
Sure.
I know we hung out a lot back then.
Now do you understand why the story, the book,
Upset you.
yeah. Because I tried really hard to not think of how people saw me and to not think that people saw me like that. And then you wrote a book about how you saw me like that.
You left me. Us.
Because I didn't want to kill you.
You should have said that then. Instead of just leaving. No word.
Yeah, well. Sorry, I have to leave because the dark voice in my head wants me to kill you.
Would have been better than nothing.
Yeah.
You just vanished. Walked away.
It was scary. It was.
Aren't we supposed to be there when it's scary? Was that not what our whole group was? Being together against the terror and blood and
I don't know. This was different though. It was me.
even if it is part of you, there's no part of you that the rest of us wouldn't want to know.
It's
You
not.
just
Don't say shit like that when I know you're married, you dick.
like what? Just
Oh, come on, are you really that oblivious?
oblivious to what, Julian?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Tiffany, was Sarah this bad?
No!
Oh
She
my
actually had a
god.
brain.
Montgomery, look at me. Look at me right now. Okay, read between the lines. We're good at this. Subtext.
Do you need it spelled out for you?
That might help. I do know how to read.
Do you?
Apparently not fucking well.
You were my first crush, Monty.
I'm flattered.
That's all you have to say?
Oh
What
my
the fuck, man?
god. Julian is just gonna put his head up against the nearest, like, solid surface.
You're in the hallway.
Just, up against the wall then. I didn't know if we were in the hallway here. Sorry, the chat's
hallway.
going wild.
You're in the hallway and there's something heavy in your pocket, Monty.
My god, man, you have no taste and no brain cells.
What's in your pocket, Monty?
Pull it out.
It's an amulet piece. You got 3 now. You got 3/4 of the amulet.
Okay.
Yippee.
Oh yeah, you're on the stairs, sorry, not the hallway, so your head is against the banister.
Sorry.
Okay.
Is that something heavy in your pocket, Monty? Or I hate.
Monty is a married man. You can't fuck him.
Married man.
Okay.
Might not be happy, but you know.
Yippee! One more left.
Yeah. Okay. Sidestepping that very awkward. Not because of you, Julie. You did great. Revelation. Office.
Yes, let's go there immediately. And not think about anything else that just happened.
Where's the office? You're able to get there. It's your office.
It looks about how I left it.
There is very much not a solicitor there, which is a slight issue. But other than that, yeah, it's about the same.
The solicitor's not here, but maybe their paperwork is.
Doubt it.
Tiffany is kind of like not kind of paying attention to the rest of the room. She's just kind of looking at the chair where Michelle used to be, or she was before.
Steven's gonna come over and put his hand on Tiffany's shoulder, like really gently. Like he's slightly unsure about doing it.
She kind of like jumps, but she lets it happen. Look, Stephen, if you say you're very, very sorry and you really mean it, then I suppose I can start to forgive you accidentally nearly killing my parents.
I appreciate that. And
You
hopefully
will.
you're not just saying that because I have 3 months to live.
I mean, let's slightly factor into it, but no, I'm starting to see that, you know, maybe I was holding old grudges against you as well. The thing is, you will need to replace their Fabergé egg, but other than that,
I can get you one that also comes with an army of tiny Fabergé chickens that slaughter. What was it again?
look, no cursed objects.
Oh, come on. It makes a mean omelette.
I kind of want the Fabergé chickens.
I could go for a Fabergé chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, no cursed stuff, but I'll get you a genuine Fabergé egg somehow.
I appreciate it. And you're welcome into Michelle's life whenever you like.
If we find her.
If we
We're
find
going to
her.
find it. No, don't put a downer on this good vibe. Come on, I only have 3 months to live. You gotta cut me some slack.
You bringing up that you only have 3 months to live is kind of putting a downer on it.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. You are not allowed to make fun of a technically dying man.
You're all dying.
You just noticed something.
Mm.
Mm.
It's your old laptop on the desk. If you
That's
bought a nice laptop, like your current one, like you could run 15 Baldur's Gate 3s at the same time on that laptop. Also dating this game horribly. Laptop. You really did not need a laptop that good, which all you were doing was running a word processor most of the time and
Oh, yeah.
occasionally watching YouTube videos when you said you were working, but actually you just wanted like some space to yourself.
Dude.
Your old laptop. That's the one you had for ages. You kept it going despite the fact that it should have been long dead.
yeah. It's still got all the stickers on the back, but
Mm.
and slight bedazzled
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, there's a scorch mark there from the time that Stephen dared Jules to light a Roman candle indoors. And there, in Sharpie, are your friends' names.
That's new or old, I guess. Is the laptop open or
That's closed.
open it?
You're all standing in a different room. One you'll recognize. You're in Monty's old house, a place you used to crash over very regularly. And it's Monty. And he is 8 years old today. And he sent birthday invitations to everyone in his class. And he's waiting at the table. And there's placemats set out. And there's a big cake in the middle. What shape is the cake?
It's a circular one and it's decorated with Transformers. Was that out then? Probably.
You're sitting there, little birthday hat on.
Oh no. This is going to get very sad.
You're watching the
Yeah.
clock. And it did say in the invitation that, midday, but, it's a bit late.
They get held up in traffic.
No.
That's normal. They'll turn up. Right?
Your dad's left for work, He said he'd like to be here, but, he's busy.
He's normally busy, but he tries. These jobs. He comes home for the big events.
It's not your birthday. I mean, you get one of those every year, right?
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Everyone has one. We have loads, hopefully.
Your mum isn't here either. She got a call from some of her friends. You're okay. You're a big boy now, Monty.
8.
Hey, you're a big boy.
Old enough to.
Yeah, you can be a good host when your friends come. You know where all the jelly is. And,
I can make a glass of water.
Exactly.
Know
And
how
you're
to cut
sitting
cake.
and you're watching the clock. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It was meant to be a sleepover. You had loads of popcorn picked out. You're going to watch a film. The latest Transformers one, you were very excited. You begged your parents to rent it on the VHS for you.
It's going to be a very good birthday. Everyone show up. See them cool.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Dad calls. He can't make it home tonight.
Oh.
Are you having a good time at your birthday though?
Oh. Yes. I know be here if you could.
That's a good chap. 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Your birthday's almost over. Mum calls. Sorry, things got really rough. I'm going to stay here tonight, but you're all having fun, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, Mum, we're having fun. It's nearly bedtime. We've not had the cake yet. We're gonna wait till midnight.
Well, make sure everything is tidied up. I don't want the house a wreck when I come back.
No, I know how to tidy up. Don't worry. It won't be messy.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You'll be home tomorrow morning.
I'll be home at some point. Make sure you take yourself to school, yeah? It's not that far to walk, and you can walk with all your friends.
Yeah. That'd be nice. I'll see you after school.
Probably.
Okay. Love you.
Chime rings. Midnight. It's no longer your birthday.
Yeah,
And
we'll
the scene freezes.
cut the cake.
Yeah, cut the cake right as the scene freezes right as you go to cut the cake.
Well, that was just depressing.
My
Why would
parents
your
were always with me, but
Why would your parents do that? Like,
No, I remember your mum. She was not around a lot.
she
Just
cared.
mine.
Yeah,
Your parents sucked.
they cared. They just couldn't always show it.
Yeah, they cared enough to try to make she'd be friends with a kid who's, spent your 8th birthday, breaking in somewhere that I can't mention legally.
they left you alone.
I was old enough to take care of myself.
No, you weren't.
8 is not.
I'd been alone before.
No. Take it from somebody who was left alone a lot as a kid, because I chose to. You were so soft and squishy back then. Like, you had a heart of marshmallow fluff.
But they didn't leave me. They just worked. It was important to them.
But you weren't.
They could have another kid. Like, they didn't, but there's always a second chance.
God, this is depressing.
And I
No.
had
The depressing thing is he still thinks it's okay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Monty, you didn't deserve that.
No, but it got better. I met you guys. We celebrated my 18th. I remember that.
Oh yeah, with that relighting candle that turned out to be a portal.
That was
Okay.
eventful.
Yeah,
More
admittedly.
better than my 18th birthday. Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
Okay, we don't need to get into that again. We all saw the pool of blood.
it got better. See, I had you guys.
And then you pushed us all away, Monty.
Julian left first.
Yeah,
No,
and
we've been over my bullshit.
Yes, but then you
Yeah.
didn't have to turn on all of us. We were still here.
I didn't know what else to do. I thought it would help. Write it down, get it out.
And
Like a
publish it?
diary.
And then after?
After you weren't happy.
No, of course not. You made me out like I was the next Armageddon.
I was upset and stupid and young. Um,
Yeah, and we've already once again hashed over the fact that none of us had good communication skills back then. But I'm still gonna say the same thing that I said to Julian. We could have talked. Like,
yes,
like right now.
yes, we.
And I'm not gonna make you regret it, but
I'm sorry. It was the wrong way to handle Julian leaving. But
Yeah, you can still call me Jules, right?
I didn't want to presume.
Why do you think I've been calling you Monty all night, you dick?
Jules. Thank you, Jules.
Birthday cake is cut. And lying inside was shiny centerpiece.
That's her ticket out of here.
Suppose I'll grab it.
I would, but I burn.
The four pieces come together. You realize it wasn't really four. It was five. The centerpiece, the gem, and then the silver around it that bounce together. And you see a girl in pink, long blonde hair, the prettiest girl in school. And no one knows a single thing about her. Not her boyfriend, not her friends. You see a little boy alone at his birthday. His ninth one this time. He didn't invite anyone. His parents, they had to work. He's sitting there with a brand new laptop. He's writing his first story. You see a boy with scuffed shoes, ripped jeans. His parents aren't home. And what, they're going to make him be friends with that weird kid next door? No. Let's go break something. He's alone. There's a type of birthday coming up here.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. He's alone, but, you know, who cares? He's free, isn't he? You see a little boy at a circus. And then you see another girl. She was 4 years old when she was given that sword. And she was chosen. And she's always been alone. And she knew this. And she knew it was her duty, her responsibility, her alone. But she couldn't do it. And you watch as that girl puts up a poster made with leftover art supplies. Monster Hunting Club. Come if you dare. And she looks at you, that girl, and she waves. And then you see the woman she was. Each of you see her the last way you remember her. Tiffany, that was when she was in her hospital bed, but she's healthy. I cast a long shadow, Sarah says. I know this. I mean, there's another one who's coming after me, and another one after them. But I think I did something different. Because I was loved. You all loved me. Now love each other and yourselves. And then you're all in a study. The rest of the property, sorry, the writing's smudged here. Was it copy printed wrong? Come here, yeah. Sorry, there seems to be some kind of issue with the printing of the will. We have a backup copy somewhere, but it'll take a moment. I'm terribly sorry. Could we borrow your printer, Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it?
Just through there.
Thank you very much. I won't be just a moment. Tiffany, you turn, you look, and Michelle's there, holding her necklace just on her hands.
Michelle.
Hey, sorry, I've been kind of out of it. What are we doing?
The will reading. But have you been? I'm Jules from
Yeah.
cards.
My mum and Tiffany told me about you.
Did you get them all? Good.
You guys okay?
Tiffany's just kind of like silent and she's crying, but she doesn't realize it. Just
Are you
looks
guys
over.
okay?
What? Yes? I.
What were you wishing for, Michelle?
It's silly.
No, be honest, kiddo.
I was wishing that you'd talk to each other. Like actually talk, not just yell. Why?
Oh, I hate magic.
Oh,
What
darling.
happened?
I'm not
Steve-
telling
Steve-
her.
Tiffany
Steven
kind of
just gets
like.
up.
Yeah. Tiffany just kind of like pulls her into a hug.
Steven joins. Steven joins immediately.
Yeah.
Oh. And she hugs you back.
Julian just rests a hand like on the hugging trio.
Yeah. Montgomery will do the same.
And then Tiffy just pulls them all in.
No. Again, it's the limp arms just doesn't do anything.
Like, let
Jules
it
doesn't do
happen.
hugs.
Let it happen, dude.
If he doesn't wiggle
Montgomery
out,
continues
that's
as
a
well.
hug.
The solicitor come back in and goes, yes, I'm sorry, would you like me to give you all a moment?
No, we're all right.
No, it's
We're
okay.
okay.
Please continue.
I think we've had enough moments.
I sit down and she begins to read. She leaves each of you something. Obviously, most of it goes to Michelle, her legal heir. Tiffany, to you, she leaves her sword. She says that they'll probably come for it, but for now. You're the one who could use it best, right? To Jules. She needs a deck of cards. You always were good at magic tricks. But these ones you find, they're charged with a little something that's not yours. You should be able to use them a bit easier without so many requests. To Montgomery. She leaves a thick leather-bound tome on demonology. One you haven't got. There's a note written inside. Chapter 32. Part S. Do you flip chapter 32?
Yep.
It's the chapter on the devil. And to Stephen. She leaves a letter calling you an idiot, but also a pair of strange shears made of a thick, heavy iron metal. What's this metal? Wrought iron. A dark metal. The only thing in the world known to destroy a devil's contract.
Oh, that's fucking
And
great.
finally, it ends. The will ends with, so I'm gone. And I never told you why I would be gone, Tiffany. Michelle. Because you see, I had to go. Because I couldn't do anything here. But I could do something down there. You know, start a few uprisings, cause chaos, move the land for my friends. Because, you know, if you're going to defeat the devil and save Stephen's life, actually get me back, by the way, you're going to need to be very prepared. And you might need a few allies down here. A few people, you know, giving the big man a thorn in his side. So I really hope, really, really hope that this isn't being read to an empty room, because you all refuse to be adults and put your big boy pants on and get back together. Because if that is what happened and I'm down in hell forever, then that's a little bit awkward and won't be too brilliant. But, you know, if I died trying to save a friend, that's a pretty good death. And if I can't come back after this, then I know there's people to pick up the slack. Good people. People who know the world is worth saving. But first, let's save our idiot friend. And that is where we draw our story to a close.
Ah!
I didn't see Zach's message saying that I could overrun and tell her I'd already cut out a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
But yes, thank you all for watching and joining us. I didn't read any comments, but apparently they were very amusing. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Thank you to my wonderful players for being
you
really
are
good.
you are being fought
Woo.
on site, Nims.
I'm being
Yeah,
fought
by
on
many people.
site!
On
Oh, no.
site.
You're
It's
gonna have
on
to come
site.
to my house. But yeah, that's good. Tiff, I think you should play a video about this charity that we're raising money for or something.
Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf-blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and well-being activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over 1 million bags of donated pre-loved items. Thank you to everyone who joined us to campaign for change. 80,000 of you signed our petition calling for greater financial support to disabled households during the cost of living crisis. Groundbreaking research has shown that there are 1.6 million people living with complex disabilities in the UK. Together, we can keep expanding our reach, ensuring that even more children and adults who are deaf-blind or who have complex disabilities can take part in life. Thank you. Find out more about the difference you're making. sense.org.uk/our-impact. Registered charity number 289868. Thank you for being a part of Sense and our work to create a world where no one is left out of life, no matter their disabilities. With the help of amazing people like you, Sense has expanded our support to over 30,000 people who are deaf-blind or have complex disabilities, parents, carers and siblings. That's 2,000 more than last year. Your generosity has enabled us to show 6,000 children and families new ways to communicate, connect and play, and give 3,400 people a chance to escape loneliness and enjoy companionship and laughter. This year too, 10,000 people loved getting stuck into our inclusive arts, sports and well-being activities. In a sense first, 1,000 families received vital assistance from our emergency cost of living grants. Through your enthusiasm and generosity, you raised £13 million to help more people get the support they need. And our shops received over